Peace and welcome to FlyDialogue. We got another dope session for you today. Chef Charlotte Miller's cooking with us. She's the founder of Mama Blanche Catering, YayYay Southern Style Cafe, located in the historic Jefferson Street district of North Nashville, Tennessee, home to the Fish Jubilee Singers and the TSU Aristocrata Bands. Let's go. Hands down, we got another banger. Thank you, man. Charlotte, I appreciate you just taking the time to do this. It's good to just kind of catch up. I don't think we've talked since I moved down here to Charlotte.
No,
to Charlotte. I'm all off. I moved down to Tampa, and yeah, it's just good to catch up. What's been going on with you?
North Nashville on Jefferson Street, which is where YayYay's is the most incarcerated zip code in America.
Wow, that's right down the street from where I live. 37203?
37208. That is the most incarcerated zip code in America. And because of that, I had a kitchen that was on the bubble where people who were previously incarcerated could come work. And it met their parole. So that was the two things put together. At YayYay's, I wanted to have an event space that did not cater or market to us through trap music and twerking. There needed to be, especially in that neighborhood, because Fisk, Harry, and TSU were all schools of excellence for the Black community for years before the interstate came through there and, the gentrification happened. So I wanted to remind people that, a lot of the people that came out of Fisk, W. Du Bois, and most Black doctors came out of Harry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
I was actually born at General Hospital.
Oh, really? That's the back door of my restaurant.
That's so wild. Yeah. We were there in Buena Vista, right down the street for 5 years. And, very, very much so cherish those memories, just being in that neighborhood. It was kind of crazy, to your point about it being like the most incarcerated area. Man, I didn't realize it was in the country. That's crazy.
Like I said, I learned so much working with Project Return. It definitely made me check my privilege.
Yeah.
It also made me check on how educational systems work. So it was such an eye-opening experience. I highly recommend it.
Man, I had no idea that was kind of like the origins of where Mama Blanche started in an effort to kind of, help people coming out of prison and coming out of jail and giving them, employment and a place to kind of start fresh. That's extremely commendable, Charlotte.
Coldest in the league, and ain't nobody tight as us. The opposition got the loose screws. Tell them fools to tighten up, 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 tighten up.
Obviously, we've known each other for 97, 98.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I've seen, obviously the ups and downs.
Yeah, exactly. It's a real growth.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking, just knowing you as the person who has a passion for cooking and food and honestly, from my standpoint, just wanting to serve people, make them feel happy.
Exactly. So that's one of the things we practice at YayYay's. We practice radical hospitality.
Oh, radical. I love that. I love that.
Radical hospitality. So the word hospitality is about giving of oneself. And, you think about genes, that Latin base word of genes, generosity, giving of oneself. You cannot give if it doesn't hurt a little bit. And my dad always used to say that too. He was like, a life well lived is one of charitable behavior. So once I shifted, because I was working in fine dining, I was sending out $100 plates, and I just was not enjoying it. I was a shitty person. I was definitely one of those, I know this kind of thing and whatever. And chefs started driving the market and making food unapproachable, and people felt like they had to go out to cook all the time, and we lost part of our culture, and we lost the hospitality part.
Sure.
And we lost that connection with community. So we at YayYay's practice radical hospitality. And I love it because today people came in. So I use real flowers everywhere. And people are just like, on Jefferson Street? I'm like, yeah. We use real china, napkins that are pressed. I was like, I grew up this way. And the craziest part about it is like we have like real silver and things like that for our catered events. The
Yeah.
women in the neighborhood came to me with their pieces. They came to me and said, "This silver platter was my grandmother's. This silver platter was my aunt's. We don't use it. It's been locked away for 20 years. Take it and use it. I
Wow.
know you will use it." I've gotten punch bowls and china sets and teacups just given to me because somebody wants someone to use it. Fridays were probably one of my favorite events that we host. We host Mahari's Match Day. And
Mm.
this is when these people find out where they match for their residency.
Yeah.
And to send these black doctors out into the world to advocate and to be seen just makes me so excited. And I love sending them off with great fanfare. I
Yeah.
love like we polish the silver. We have a great brunch. We get the cases of champagne together. Like it should be celebrated like that.
No, absolutely. I love that. My dentist in Nashville for years was Dr. William Butler and Dr. George Butler. They used to actually, I'm pretty sure they came out of Meharry,
Probably
but also
great dental school.
wonderful dental school. Absolutely. From that standpoint, though, as far as that match day, I know some dentists that actually got matched, and yeah, to your point, that is a huge deal. The fact that you're celebrating that in the way that you are, I love that. You know, I feel like that's one of those things we don't do. Well, I don't know, maybe some people do, but I feel like we don't celebrate enough.
The three words we use for YayYays.
Yeah.
When we sat down, I said the first thing is gather. We need to get everybody together.
That's right.
The other thing was nourish. And that wasn't just like the inside because we feed people, but also their soul and their spirits. The last thing was indulging. Because the most radical thing you can do as a black person is to be happy, to have joy, and to indulge. Because our whole stories is, you know, as kids, when we start, Black History Month, they always start us in slavery. You know, it's like this whole thing. And it's like, oh, you guys didn't have the right to vote. You didn't have this. It's all the things we don't have. What we aren't instead of what we are. And there's so many great things about us. And that's why I said that I wanted a space where we're going to celebrate Black excellence.
Yeah, we should. There's no reason why we shouldn't. I mean,
right.
The story of Black people in America, man, is what can only be described as a beautiful struggle, but one that also, should be celebrated. One, and obviously should be told. We won't get on that tangent as far as.
I'm looking to Tennessee right now. Boy, I got Bill Lee right now.
I'm in Florida.
You got DeSantis. Oh, Lord. Right. I think Bill Lee is Tennessee is trying to chase Florida right now. I don't know what's going on.
Be sure to visit FlyDialogue.com to find out more about us, including our radio station where we stream hip-hop 24/7. Yo, we're literally jamming as we speak. We got a craft beer blog called Cream. Craft rules everything around me. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the craft beer app called Untapped, or on YouTube. Just search Fly Dialogue on all these platforms. Be sure to follow us and friend us, subscribe to us. Long story short, check us out. We'd love to have y'all, and we look forward to connecting with you. And let's talk soon.